So this is going to be a little different from everything that I really have for my channel so far. This is going to be a complete deep dive into the story of Doki Doki, the one that we all know and love. This series is going to take quite a while just because of the sheer magnitude of what I'm planning to do. I might actually have more of these series coming up in the future as I find more ways to pick apart the story and whatnot. This is only the beginning. So yeah, only thing we really have is the emails for any information at all based on what we've seen. It does state here that it doesn't actually affect the inside of the game itself, but then again, we might see it differently than them. We see the game version of it, and obviously it does because we have that secret poem that was all blacked out. Physical changes. I'm going to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Physical changes are a thing, so possibly they can be changed in the game physically based on what I'm seeing here. Look at this. Like dogs, genetically molded by humans and unconditionally loyal and essential food and shelter. That is weird. That is really weird. I don't like that at all. Project Libitina. I'm gonna say that right now. That does not look good. The fuck. Okay, that doesn't really have to do anything with this, but wow. Okay. There's also responses to danger, pain, food, and physical and like sexual stimulus. I know these characters don't have realistic responses to like most of the questions or phrases that the main character says or like each other says sometimes, but I think we should look for like differences in responses to a lot of different things. So that may have to just involve playing the game over and over again. Oh, wait a minute! I just realized something from this. Oh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. How they make the facilities. I figured out how they keep people in. It would make sense, right? If like you had all these people that had so much power, mentally at least, and that they can change, they can literally create portals to other realities. You would think that you want to keep them in a pretty locked down facility. This is what this is describing here. That's gonna be fun to deal with. So they don't actually have any power that can like get them out of the facility. As long as every single wall and door and everything is made out of this material. Wait a minute. They're creating a portal. Well, that's something. Oh god, okay. I mean, realistically, what could this be? Like rotating cylindrical cells and creating an entrance? That is describing a portal if I've ever seen one, dude. Yeah, okay. That is dangerous stuff right there. May actually produce tiny but detectable physical distortions in the area surrounding them. You might consider. So, actually, in fact, this probably already happened. The first thing that comes to mind when I see this, and when I think of this, is going to be the rotating club room. So I actually did this recently as well myself. I went to go see how far like that rotating club room would go in Act 2. And it did stop at some point, but this is what makes me think this is what this line makes me think of right here. And of course, that's minus all the other stuff, like the flipping of the colors, you know, Atsuki's eyes, like basically anything really that glitzes out during Act 2 is probably a result of this. At least around the characters. We got a lot of stuff from that. First, we have the physical changes to the characters. Second, we have emotional responses. And three, we now also have physical changes to their environment. At least what's around them. With that information, we can probably go ahead and try to like make connections between DDLC and Project Libitina. I'm gonna try to do everything, trying to get down every single route, starting with Act 1, of course. Getting like bad poems, and getting perfect poems, and getting okay poems, like everything in between. I feel like before you do anything, we should like take a screenshot of the poem words.txt file. This actually would be interesting to like see if he's gonna be in the Project Libitina. I don't know. I don't think so though, but it would be interesting. Actually, matter of fact, I'm not. I'm actually gonna like restart the game. because by doing this, we can now not skip unseen text, and therefore be able to see what's new. But now actually comes finally the ultimate thing that we were doing. We were actually now going to do. Time to look for Project Libitina. Here we go. We don't want to skip. We're going to skip out the choices. I can't do spaces. This is going to fit though. Where's the Libitina? Okay. So it begins. Looking for changes to the environment around them. Looking for physical features that maybe are sorted through Project Libitina, which is probably not going to find out. And I'm looking for emotional responses to basically everything. So here we go. I want to see if there's some sort of like common theme between all of them, basically. I think that's what we're probably going to be getting at. Is looking for a common theme between all of them. This may take a while. It may take the entire game again, but we're going to be doing this because it's needed. You need to know the lore. So I'm actually having like a notepad over here. So I'm going to put here quickly. So 3 perfect, 2 perfect, 1 normal. There's all different types of poems, by the way, as well, for each like character. They sometimes hate poems, they sometimes like poems, and they sometimes like are okay with poems. And that kind of dictates what they say as a character. And so I want to try to like change that every time I can. See what they get. Let's do Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. And just every time like I do one of these, every time I do like a set, like a order, I'm then going to delete all the characters like off of the thing. So say if I do like all 3 perfect poems for one character, then I delete like Sayori off the list. I'm gonna get Act 2 as well, so I'm gonna do Yuri 2 for Act 2. Poem dislike threshold, poem like threshold. This is a whole point system here. And I thank Lilia very much for this. Because now I'm able to do this. 0 to 29 is a bad poem. 29 to 45 is an okay poem. And then 45 plus is a good poem. Also, I think this is here where I should like explain the point system. Instead, you choose a word. This character gets some points. This character gets more points, and this character gets less points. Okay, so say for example, these are Sayori's words right here. Feather, give me 3 points for Sayori, 2 points for Natsuki, and 1 point for Yuri. The number is just the number of points they get for the word. Very aggressive first though. This character is always going to be seen as very aggressive first off. Any new person, any new encounter, it's very aggressive. Monika is kind of like a normal human in that reality. Like just the average human, not the experimentation, so I don't really think I need to worry about Monika here. I think that this question's come up enough times. Like, not just from like Twitch chat or like people talking to me. I think it's come up enough times that I just think I have to have a best girl if I want to be part of this community. So I just have to select Monika. Smartest one, definitely the most ethical one. Most like, you know, logical one, whatever you want to call it. Definitely best. Regardless of emotions. By the way, this line as well. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Like I don't get this. Like I honestly don't get this line. This one freaks me out. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? I have no idea what it's gonna mean. I have no idea why that's said. Maybe he has some other days off, right? This line might be important though. It's more of a question. Questions are like more important than actual statements, I feel like, in just general human language. Because when someone asks you something, they're probably interested in it, or you know, they want to hear your opinion on it, or whatever. Exactly. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Rising. Oh my god. Now you just hit me with like the line, and I was like, whoa, okay, that's out. Like I wasn't expecting it. I guess you could say. Oh yeah, that may or may not be part of that. I guess. But I don't particularly love her. Like I had to have a best go, man. That's a really weird thing. Okay, like I was forced to love her. You know, it's not like that. It's not like I'm gonna marry Monika or anything. Yeah, we're taking that. Cute equals exasperated Natsuki in every game. And here's the poem. I'm gonna save, because why not? So for now, we're gonna start with 3 perfect, as normal. And we're gonna go for the Suri first. This one, that's what I'm going for. So as I do 3 perfect poems, I'm gonna remove Suri, because I've seen all of her dialogue. And I'm gonna go switch to Natsuki. And then I do 3 perfect poems, I get dialogue, go to Yuri, and then go through this whole list like that. So it all comes down to Yuri. And because I've been speedrunning, I know the words by heart. Pain, yep. Romance, maybe. Yep. Forgive. Alright. Cry, yep, give me that. Place if you want, yep. Grief, definitely same, yep. Warm. Oh, sorry, I don't think it's one. Family works. Give me broken. Give me fun. Give me depressing. Holiday. Yeah, let's do hurt. Hurt works. Daydream should work. Loud. Tears, definitely. Memories. Calm and smile. At some point, I'm also probably going to have to go through the side stories as well and look through that, because I will have to. Because of Sir glanced all around. So because of that line, I'm now thinking that perhaps like the Yusari, Natsuki, and Yuri, since they're like locked up in the facility in Project Libitina, I'm thinking that maybe they just don't know that much about the world around them, and so Sayuri takes that literally. Maybe that's one thing. Okay, so this is the big moment. This is where it starts to really get into the characters. Jesus Christ, though. I can say Yuri is definitely 2 different people. How she can basically completely switch her personality, and how she seems to like have a lot of knowledge. By the way, Yuri is the only one that reads the script as well. I just realized. So look out for that. So I like, if I could like give everyone a piece of paper to write something on, I could probably like get the like writing styles of each character down as well. That would be fun. There may be some similarities that you wouldn't expect because they're friends. Since they're friends here, the connections may also carry over to Project Libitina that they have here. And so they might like have similarities in personalities or like reactions or like whatever. They might be slightly similar in that way, so it might make it a little bit easier to identify them. Here we go. Now this is like anger, right? You have to see how they react to anger. I think again, more stuff would be revealed when we go more into Act 2. And there's only like a few significant lines, whether there's ooh, no, and then yeah. The only lines that really count is this one, kind of maybe that one. Eventually, I will also have to look at like how like the different options here, like plus I was just Natsuki, Yuri, or Sayuri, they're gonna have different dialogues. But for now, I'm gonna go with Sayuri because you know I'm doing all Sayuri anyway. This moment though, it still gets me in the heart a little bit. Just the happiness of this moment sometimes. I mean, it's not like to be happiness at this point, but how it turns out, it's so good. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for tonight. This might take an extremely long time just because of how much dialogue I need to see, but again, all the major events that happen regardless of what poem you write are going to be skipped over basically all the time after this. Except when it gets to Act 2. You know, even then some dialogues carry over and they allow skipping through some bits of dialogue they've seen before. So with that, everything's set up for me. I have all my notepads, I have everything. My screenshots are saved. Everyone, don't forget to be happy. Alright? Bye.